individual roles and how our system changes. Okay. If I just look at individual players at the moment, okay, if it lets me, here we go. Okay. First things, goalkeeper would obviously play as a sweeper keeper, nothing changes there. Okay, you'll notice in both diagrams I've highlighted this zone here where the centre backs are. Okay, if I just show you the picture above, you can see I've highlighted it there as well. Okay, I covered this with the centre backs in training tonight, but it's a real importance, okay, that when you build up against a deep set team, that you have your centre backs also deep. Okay, because our first objective is we want to draw opposition players out. Okay, and having two defenders that stay very, very deep allows us to play the ball between us relatively patiently. It allows us to switch the play to full-backs, so the ball can come back in here and we can switch the play quite quickly from one side of the pitch to the other. Okay, just ignore that. But hopefully what we're hoping is it draws the opposition out and makes them lose discipline. So if we were losing 1-0 with 20 minutes to go, okay, we'd want to try and get these guys to start closing us down, and I think they're quite indisciplined at this level, so they would do. So these players would probably start pushing up if we're passing in here, and that's exactly what we want because it creates little pockets of space for us to play in. It might make their defence start pushing up, so there's now space in behind to play in. So that's the roles of the centre-back, very important. Most of the roles would still be the same. There wouldn't be a massive amount of changes, so full-backs would probably still play the same. You can see I've got one half and half here, one playing slightly high up. Okay. We'd have a centre mid who is still perhaps playing at both sides of the lines. Okay, can get in there to support attacks, but can equally just drop back into these spaces to get on the ball. We've got an attacking centre mid playing off the striker, so not a lot changes dramatically. What is very, very important when trying to beat a team that's defending very, very deep with numbers back behind the ball like this, okay, is that we have maximum width. These players become very, very important. Okay, you wingers as it is, okay, because when a team's defending, they want to stay compact, they want to stay together, okay, they want to make it so we can't play through them. Alright, so it's important that when teams are set like that, we exploit these spaces and trying to get around the back of teams here. Okay, so we might try and get in around the back, get crosses from the byline in here, and hope that we've got players in the box who can run in and work off the delivery. Okay, the most important element to breaking down teams that sit with numbers behind the ball is this person here. This is your key player. Okay, it's your creative playmaker, and we're fortunate that we've got 2 or 3. They are the key to unlocking defences because they've got the ability to pass, okay, through different lanes. Okay, if you think of some of the players that we've got that can play holding mid, okay, we've got the ability to run at them, okay, and draw players out in that sort of sense. But the most important thing is when we're playing out wide, okay, and these teams start to shift across like this. Okay, to try and make the pitch condensed and compact and shut out the space for us to play in. Okay, the creative playmaker is the person who can switch the point of attack. So you can imagine the ball's just come in here. We've hit a bit of a brick wall. They've all shifted across. Holding mid manages to get on the ball. It's conceivable that we could start switching the play from there to there and exploiting this space here to get around the back of opposition. So the person we want to get on the ball the most is our creative playmaking holding midfielder. Okay, that's the key to getting the ball out wide and unlocking defences. And they're the sort of main features that we play. As the game draws on, if you imagine that we've gone 10 minutes and still not been able to score, and there might only be 7 or 8 minutes left in the game, naturally what's going to happen from here is we need to change from, say, where we've kind of still got our 3+2 shape from defensive transition. We might start saying, right, one of the centre mids, go and play higher up. One of the attacking centre mids, you now go and become a striker. So we've got kind of a front four with one just back in. Okay, and if we're really desperate and we're going all out, okay, because we are the kind of team that we've got the mentality that we would rather go all out for the win and risk losing. Okay, most big clubs have that kind of mindset. So we'd start to push both full-backs on and playing with a maximum width and plenty of numbers up in the box. And we might kind of now have a 2+1. Okay, it leaves you very open and exposed, but you've got good numbers out wide to get in behind. You've got good numbers if you put cross